Those who are brave enough to admit they're racist, please raise up your hands. Come on, don't be shy. You see, I'm racist. But also, people are being racist to me. I believe that everyone was born with that attitude of racism, more or less. And I have no idea if we can really change it or not. What is the first word that comes to your mind when you see me? מה המילה הראשונה שעולה לכם לראש כשאתם רואים אותי? 幾時你第一次睇得我？你係諗緊啲乜嘢啊？ What do you think about me now? Hello, I'm Hiyo Wong, and I'm 15 years old from Porya-Ilit. You know, Porya-Ilit, next to the Sea of Galilee in northern Israel. Oh, and by the way, if you didn't realize it yet, I am Chinese. But for your information, did you know that I'm not a fully Chinese? Technically, my mother is from Hong Kong, and my father is from Vietnam, but he's half Chinese, half Vietnamese. So it means I'm about 75% of Chinese and 25% of Vietnamese. And besides, I was born in Israel, so it makes me even more less Chinese. I've never been in China before, except of Hong Kong. And then I realized that I don't really belong anywhere. When I was in Hong Kong, people always told me that I'm an Israeli. And when I'm in Israel, people are telling me that I am a Chinese. It was confusing. And I also want to tell you that I experience racism almost every day. For example, when I was a little girl, I went to a swimming pool with my family, and I had a really good time until a girl started to shout at me, Chinese, Japanese, Chinese, Japanese, sinit, Japanese, when she was splashing water on me. I didn't know how to respond, but it's actually quite funny because she herself was a black. And I'm sure she had experienced moments like this before. Although she did suffer from this term called racism, she still treated me like this way. Another moment happened to me not a long time ago when I was on the bus, and a group of kids came out from the back and started to call me China, 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 like I didn't know I am a Chinese. So, I am a Chinese. What's the problem? Although these things happen to me and to many others every day, you probably won't hear them on the news. Why? Because it's not new. I think most of the people are racist. And to my disappointment, I am one of them. It's part of the human nature. It's bad, but it's true. So, what about you? What would you think if you see someone on the street that doesn't really look the same as you? No matter the skin color, race, or religion, we all have so many masks to cover our true self. And racism is just one of them. But my big question is, could there be an answer for the racism? And if there is, what is it? For example, I don't know how you are going to remember me after this, but if you do, I wish you to remember me as a teenage girl, not as a Chinese or Israeli, a girl who just liked to share some of her own thoughts in front of you. Not that kind of easy, huh? To get rid of the idea of racism, it's not that kind of easy. But at least I try to practice daily. This is what I'm trying to do. I try to pay attention to my reactions. I try to think twice before I say something. And I'm trying not to be a copy-paste of others and just to be my own self. I want to ask you to love yourself. Because I believe that if you can love yourself, if you can love your own image and personality, you also will be able to understand that you cannot judge others and decide who or what they are. I am also a messianic believer. Being a messianic believer means to believe in Jesus, to believe that he's the Messiah. This is another thing that you couldn't know about me, even when I took my mask off. I decided to finish with some verses from the New Testament because I think it could be suitable for anyone, even if you don't believe in the Bible. It helps me a lot, and it started to being a part of me. In 1 Corinthians chapter 13, verses 4 to 8, it says, "Love is patient. Love is kind. It does not envy. It is not boast. It does not dishonor others. It is not self-seeking. It is not easily angered. It always protects, always trusts, always hopes. Love never fails." Thank you.